Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Stephanie and I am the New England Stitcher, and it is Sunday, August 25th, and it is the end of summer for me. Next week I go back to school. Kind of sad about that because it's been a very busy summer and I don't really feel like I had a whole lot of time to relax, but been busy in a good way. I got a lot of things accomplished, so that's wonderful. So I know you, thank you so much for watching my channel last 2 weeks ago in the last video. You saw my whip parade, and thank you guys so much for your comments and your encouragement. And that should have been like a warning to me with that number. I think it was at 33. Jules, correct me if I'm wrong. That was right.
Around, yeah.
I have a few new starts and only one finish. So I think that number is going to be a little bit higher at the end of this video, but who's counting, right? It's all for fun. And like so many of the floss tubers that I watch say, if it's in your stash, why not start it? So let's get started. My first start that I would like to share with you is a sal that I joined. Are you surprised? It's a sal for my friend Brandi's daughter, Brenna. When we were at the Library Stitchers retreat, Brenna told Nise, myself, and Brandi that she would like this for her birthday. So we are stitching this for her birthday. And the name of the pattern is called Gifts from My Garden. Here we go. Gifts from My Garden. It's by Liz Matthews. And it's not a very big stitch. The stitch count on it is 83 by 121. I am using all the called for colors except for one. I am substituting number 500 for Stargazing by Color and Cotton. And that's the primary background. So this color right here, that black, the navy blue, the 500, I left it on the ring to show you. The 500 color is, sorry, it's more of a green. Let me stop my holding that. I'm trying to do this week without Jules is in the basement to help me, but she goes back to college next week, so I'm trying to get ready and learn how to do all of this stuff on my new computer without her. So anyway, this is, let me block me, that's the difference between the two colors, and I definitely like the bluer color better, because in this picture and on the model, it actually looks blue. So I feel like the Stargazing by Color and Cotton was more in line with that. But the other thing I noticed too as I was stitching, these little violet flowers, they're supposed to be a brighter blue, and I may end up swapping those out as well. Here's what the DMC versions look like, and they don't look anything like those blues. So if anybody has suggestions and you would like to share with me what you think I should use instead, I'm up for it, because I really want it to look like the picture. I sound like one of the people that come into the quilt shop. They want that exact thing, but I like those blues on here better. These, I love the blues, but they're just a little bit not dirty, but like almost tea stain, like they're just a little bit more prim. So anyway, don't you want to see my start? Here it is. That's it. I'm going to get really close so you can kind of see those stitches. I'm stitching this on 20 count, dirty teacup, and I'm kind of bummed that some of the neutral color doesn't work. I may end up switching those. What color is it? It is number 739. I may switch it out and do a B52 or a white, to get some contrast, because you really, from this distance, you all can't really see it. And this is just the blue background, and then the petals will be in here. So I may end up switching it out because I really wanted to use Dirty Teacup because Brandi got me some for my birthday, and I feel like it's just like tip, you know, it's perfect for it. So, and I think it really looks like, I don't know, it kind of has that same, maybe not, maybe it's a little bit more yellow, but I was thinking for that background, this might be a peach. I don't know. I didn't even really read. Do any of you do that? When you get a pattern, do you actually read the directions? I do with quilting, but I prefer if there's pictures. But because I'm a visual learner, not a person who learns by reading all the things. I mean, I will if I have to, but you know. Anyway, so do you ever read the patterns? And I don't know. Guess maybe I'm a weirdo like that, but it's nice to know that other people are kind of, you know, when when I talked about my whips in last video, and I talked about the song that is in my head when I say the word whip, some of you commented that happens to you too. So it's nice to know that I'm not alone. So in my comments, let me know if you're a person also that's like me and you just start stitching, you don't read any of the directions. So anyway, I'm going to work on that. That is actually going to be part of my Boss Me pull for September. Yesterday, Kathy pulled the numbers and it was a new start for me, and that's what I started. So that will be what I work on for 5 days in September. Although I did start it, you know, because of the number of whips I have, I'm trying to consolidate a little bit. All right, my next start. I'm so in love with this pattern, and I love that Annie's husband helped her. So this is a pattern by Annie, the Proper Stitcher. I purchased this also at the Library Stitchers Retreat. I was one of the lucky people that were able to get a copy. I started this on my anniversary, which is August 17th. And I just, because of her husband helping her and my brain, guys, gotta get back to work so that my brain gets to working. A forest is full of stars that hang upon the limbs of magic flowing willows dancing in the wind. And in my husband's house, the house he grew up in the back, there was this willow tree. And when I first met him, we went up there and I was 19 years old. And he and his brother, they had BB guns because they did. And they taught me how to shoot a BB gun. And we put a Cheez-It box in the tree, like in the crook of it. And that's where we aimed. And it's a sad thing. They had a huge ice storm back when I was I still in college? I don't remember. But there was a huge ice storm and it took the willow tree out. And this thing was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, the trunk was huge, and yeah, it was like the perfect hiding place. If I were a little girl, the way that the leaves and the limbs came down, it was just like, you know, you set up a blanket under there and you have like a little private hideout. So that's what this reminds me of, and it reminds me of my husband. So that's why I chose it. Not that you needed to know, but would you like to know the details? Okay, so I am stitching this on Spindrift by Cedar River Linens. It's 36 count. Like I said, I started it on August 17th, which is my anniversary, and this is what I've got. So I started in this corner, and I'm working down the tree. So I know it looks a little funky, but it wasn't, I mean, it went pretty fast. I do think that 36 count is my favorite. I do have to use a magnifier for it, but I feel like I go faster on it than I do like a 20 count. Probably nothing is as easy as a 14 count, but yeah. Anyway, I showed my husband. He said it was really nice, so he's on board. So I am using all of the called for colors right here, and they're just really pretty. So Annie, thank you so much for such a beautiful pattern that I'm going to be able to you know, keep it in mind for my anniversary, which is 22 years, which is amazing. And we met when we started dating when I was 19. So it's been a long time. It's been 30 years that we've been dating, which crazy. Okay, my next start is I am making some progress, ladies. I'm stitching this. This is the 12 Days of Christmas Stockings. It is a SAL hosted by Annie the Proper Stitcher and Alicia the Fanciful Flamingo and Jen Nasca. They're all participating. My friend Sarah, the Rhode Island Lighthouse Stitcher, sorry. She is also participating in it. She's on Instagram. Brandi from B&E Stitchery I think she started it. Brandi, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, they go by pretty quick. I'm stitching mine on 14 count. I'm doing chalkboard black. And here's what I've got. So this is number 4. Really easy, super fast. Thanks to one of you, I am following along and I am beating it and not waiting. So when I finish this, it'll be fully finished. Well, not fully, but you know, finished until I actually cut out the stockings. So after I finish it, so I have a finish over there for number 3, but it's all beaded. And I'm using the beading kit from my friend Helen. So that is the 12 Days of Christmas. I should say that I actually started this when I started working. I worked at the Washington County Fair, which is in Richmond, Rhode Island. And I worked actually only 2 days this year. And on those 2 days, this is what I got done. So I'm usually the cashier because I'm a loud person. I do a lot of barking and like, hey, get your corn dog, get your onion rings, kind of a thing. And when I wasn't waiting on a person, I would stitch. Because everybody has a job, and that was just my job. So I sat at the window, and I was able to stitch. And there was a lot of people that came over, and they saw my stitching, and they asked about it. Some people like to share that their mom was a cross stitcher. Some people asked if it was needlepoint or if it was counted cross stitch. So the fact that they knew that, I was like, yes. And I actually met one of you viewers, Sarah. I think that's correct. I'll have to look in my Instagram. If it's not, I'll put it down here. But she was working at the Boy Scouts booth at the fair with her son, and he was just like, oh God, you know, when she's like, I know you, are you? And my daughter was in the way back, and she's like, oh God, here goes mom again. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, and it was great. It's just great to meet people. But anyway, that's my start. Made some good progress in those 2 days. So I'm pretty happy about that. I should say that I am using all of the called for colors. So that is good as well. And since I don't have jewels, I'm trying to be organized. And if I can put them away, I'm putting them away. And I'm sorry that it's taking a little bit of extra time. But thank you for your patience with me. Okay, my last start. My last start is in the book, Winterly Twosome Triangle Ornaments. This is by Robin Pickens, and I finished one, yay, and I started another one. And this is my start. I had to go to the car dealer the other day. You know, I'm a person who likes I'm an early morning person, so I like the first appointments of the day. And this was an hour and a half of stitching at the car dealer. So I made some progress. It is going to look like this one that my finger's on right here. That's what it looks like. And I am using all of the called for colors that are really bright and fun and, you know, very fun. I do have 2 other, these are old starts, but they've got some mistakes in them, but I'm going to just keep going. I don't care. I'm just going to keep on going. It's these 2 right here. So on these 2, this one, there's a mistake somewhere in the snowflakes. So I'm just going to have to fudge it and make it work. On this one, I counted completely wrong, and so somewhere I got off track, and now the Cardinals butt is hanging out of the diamond, but that's okay. I'm gonna put this on my tree, and you know, it's gonna be a remembrance of move forward, right? You make a mistake, you just keep going, kind because there's a lot of stitching in this little bird to just chuck it to the side. And it's going to be for me. It's not for anybody else. So yeah, so I'm making some progress, and I know there's a few of you out there who are stitching on these winterly twosomes. So please feel free to share your progress and message me or post on Instagram, tag me. I would love to see you your progress if you're stitching these with me. So I know it's weird that I'm stitching Christmas still, but I know when school starts, I am going to be very overwhelmed with all of the things that we have to do when we get back. And my robotics team will be starting, Cross Stitch Club will be starting, my daughter's volleyball team will be starting. So all of those things are commitments that happen at night, and you know, they go until seems like Christmas. And I won't get a whole lot of Christmas stitching done. So I'm going to try and get these done, so at least I have some ornaments that are new on the tree. All right. So those are my starts for this past 2 weeks. I only have one that I worked on because I have an FFO, I also have a finish, and then I have a bunch of starts. So I have been busy, but this is what it is. So I'm stitching along with the Floss Bossin Cousins, and they are doing this, make sure I get the hashtag correct. It is 3 is better than 1, BBD Sal 24. And you're stitching 3 of these. I'm going to stitch all 3. I originally wasn't going to do all 3 on one piece, but I think I'm just going to do that because they're really beautiful. And then I could just keep it up all year. So the loose feathers, this is summer. This is where I'm at. This started on July 1st. I hadn't made much progress. I was keeping it in just one of those container store zipper pouches. You know, you can get them on Amazon. And when things are in there, I'm not going to lie, I'm not motivated to stitch on them because they don't have everything I need. So what I did this week, I showed this in my last video. This is Three Sisters fabric. And here's what it looks like opened. It is absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. So the Three Sisters fabric. What I did was I quilted it. When I was making it, oh, I got a thread there. When I was making it, I completely forgot that I don't know. Sometimes when because I make keepers, when I'm not making them a bunch at a time, you know, you forget steps. So I forgot a step. I forgot to put Velcro or my magnet, because I can do both. I forgot to put them there, and so I ended up putting an elastic on it because at the point I was at, that was the only thing I could do to close it, and it works for me. It's totally fine. See? Perfectly fine. Anyway, this is it. I love this fabric. And so I did a bunch of small quilting on it, which made it a little bit smaller. So I'm going to tell you that I committed, I feel like a cardinal sin. Because I made the quilting, I did a lot of quilting, so it made it smaller. It made it small. It made it a little bit too small, 1/4 of an inch too small to fit my Blackbird patterns. So I had to shave off 1/8 of an inch on top and the bottom. It didn't get into the pattern, but it did trim it down a little bit. So I know it's a cardinal sin. I don't plan on getting rid of them, and I don't plan on selling them because I'm a collector, as are many of you. So it's okay. I'm okay with it. But here's what it looks like on the inside. And I absolutely love this. This is like, so this is why I wasn't inspired to stitch on it, because it was in just one of those plastic zipper bags. It didn't have all of my pockets to hold my beeswax, my needles, the thread to bed. So I wasn't inspired. But I got to looking at the fabric. I was making some keepers for some people that had ordered one, and lo and behold, now I'm inspired. So here's what I've got. This is what I've got done. I know it's not that much. I only stitched on it for a little bit in an afternoon when my daughter Julianne was packing. Excuse me, I was sitting in her room. We were going through her things, and I was sitting there stitching, and she was asking me, you know, should I take this? Should I take this? That kind of thing, spending a little bit of time together. So that's all I got done. which was really essentially, I finished the letter D, I got this top of border, and then I started the flower. So there it is again. I'm using all of the called for colors. I was just going to plan on using all of the fancy floss, but you know how it is. Chrissy just talked about it on one of her last videos. She and Callie were talking, and they were saying that when you need one of colors and you don't have it, well, thankfully I had the DMC version. So instead of using, I think it might be piney something, I'm using the DMC colors. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. It's being stitched on 36 count buttermilk by Color and Cotton, and I started it on July 1st. And I'm gonna keep on working on it. So that is that one. Yay! Now that I'm inspired. Oh, I know I definitely have to do something for Brenna's, because if it's just in this bag, it's not going to inspire me to want to stitch on it. So I think I'm going to have to make another bag. But I got some really fun fabric to show you guys in my haul. So I can't wait to do that. But that's all I have for whips this week. For my finishes, I have one finish, and I'm sorry, I have a board. Hold on. So this is by Annie Beez, and it's the 12 Days of Christmas, and it is day 3. There she is. There's that stocking. You can finally see the outline. Yeah, pretty excited. It looks really good. Oh, looking at my hands, I'm like, oh, I got a scratch here, got a burn here. I don't know, guys. You ever wake up and you're like, where did I get this? But sorry, total side note. But there's that stocking. I love how it looks. I can't wait to do some finishing on these. Maybe I'll bring it. I don't know if we'll have time, but maybe I'll bring a stocking with me when I go see Brandi, Emma, and Nise. But that is it. That's all I have for finishes. Sad, but I have finished quilts. They're actually at the quilters right now getting quilted, and I will show those when we get together again and I get them back. This is by Robin Pickens, and it is a Winterly Twosome. Here's the ornament. There we go. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Here's what I did. Here we go. That's better. Here it is. So I have added a sprig of fake, obviously, a sprig of fake pine with some little berries, the star, some ribbon to hang it with, and then on the back, what did I do? Well, I used Robin Pickens. I used her fabric. Oh, there's some loose threads I'll have to pick off. But I used Robin Pickens fabric on the back. And I adhered it with heat and bond. And heat and bond is basically it's a glue. You iron it on one side and then you peel off the paper and then you can iron it. So I ironed it from the back side. And it stuck really well to the front. And there's the ornament. Yeah, I love it. I can't wait to hang it on the tree. So, because a few of you are a part of it, during the Midsummer Night's Stitch, a few of us were in a room and we all decided to get easily persuaded to start another sale, and this time it's a quilting sale. You can see up back here I have 3 blocks done. Not very many, but that's because I was working on other projects. Now they're all done, so I can focus. It's called Hamilton Gardens. Let me see if I can get that. There it is. And it's not a very good coloration of it because my printer was being yucky. So I still have to add the white border and the keystone squares around each of those. But I need to make 84 of these before I can add those. What I've done to help prep myself is this is what it looks like on my design board. Everything is all laid out. So then I can just, you know, sew all of these to these to the, nope, I got it backwards. Hold on. There it is. This to this, this to this, this to this, and then I'll add this, and then I'll like, that's how I work. I'll just piece it all together and stitch. And I'm really having a hard time with random. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but random is hard for me because in my brain, I'm like, oh, I want to make sure that this color looks good with this and this one looks good with this. And that's not the point. The point is to make it scrappy. So I did mention before I'm doing all Tula Pinks. So any scraps of Tula Pinks that I have a pile on my table. I did spend a day cleaning up my space, and I can insert here a before and an after picture of my sewing space. Well, yeah, it's my sewing space. But holy smokes. And there's still a lot more to do. So don't judge me. I know I have a lot. And I'm very blessed to have those things, but that is my whip that I'm still working on for quilting. I am planning on starting another quilt. I had all that leftover fabric from my brother-in-law's flannel, and I have enough fabric to actually make another one. So I'm making another quilt in flannel, different pattern. It's one of those Villa Rosa patterns. I'll show it when I get started on it. I haven't started it yet. But my friend Jessica, she did it. She's one of the owners at the Blackstone Quilting Company where I work part-time. She made hers in 2 days, and she made it for her husband, and it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing, and she inspired me so much. So it was on the long run on Saturday, and she was able to get it to take it home and bind it, and it's so good. It's so good. So I want to do that. So yeah, I'm just going to keep following and copying what Jessica does, because there's a lot of things that she's got going on that are so good. I do not have very much haul in cross stitch, so I'm sorry to disappoint you. I will have a lot of haul. Next week I'm planning on going to Stitch New England on Wednesday. Hopefully she'll have some of the things in stock from this weekend's, is it the needlework market for the fall? I'm so excited about Liz Matthews' Boost Boot Hunt. I know it was for her Patreon subscriptions last year. It almost made me do it. I should have done it, but I love it. I'm going to go on the dark. I'm going to find a dark piece of fabric to stitch it on. I think I've got Haunted. I think that would work. But I'm going to get that for sure. I'm going to get Erin Elizabeth's lantern with the camping and the lightning bugs. I love it so much. And then Erin's Believe. I know Missy and Kathy talked about it. That is so good. I think I'm going to stitch mine on malachite because I got that at the March needlework market. That was in March. I forget what they're called. But I'm going to, I think I'm going to stitch that on that. And then what else? Oh, there's a few. There's a few. Those are my tops, right? Oh, Tiny Town Fall. That one is really good. I think those are my 4 that I'm absolutely going to purchase immediately when I can. But yeah, there's still a lot that I like. And then obviously like fabric and things like that. Really tempted by a lot of the things I've seen some of my friends coming back with. So I've been putting them in carts and then like hemming and hawing over them. Do you guys do that too? But let's get on with it. So I had pre-ordered, thank you, Emma. Emma is very good at letting us know whenever there is Color and Cotton pre-orders or sales. She's amazing at that. So thank you, Emma, even though she's a very good enabler. This is, sorry, it's going to crinkle for just a second. Okay. This is Dove by Color and Cotton, and it is 36 count. Let me get up close for you. There it is. I think that's a good representation of the color. It looks really nice. So, and it's really soft. I've been really enjoying the Color and Cotton that I'm stitching on right now. The buttermilk that I'm using, it's really nice. Because, you know, you're holding it in your hands, the texture matters. Something else I purchased was this. This is just a angle tweezer. This is more for when I'm sewing and a thread gets caught and I can't get to it to pull it out. But you never know when you need a good pair of sewing tweezers. And they're Tula Pink, and I don't know, I couldn't resist. They were on sale. All right, now this is where I have a problem. So I know, it's not I think, I know I'm a fabric addict. Yes, I do make project keepers. I am going to be selling them, hoping eventually I can get a little bit of a built up. I don't know. I'm not sure how to do it. I think I'm going to sell them on Instagram and just be like, hey, I've got 2 of these available. Message me if you're interested. Kind of thing. But I'm still working on it. I haven't figured out all those details. But I have heard from friends that Etsy is not the way for me to go. So fabric, I am a fabric addict. And this past weekend, I was working with Whitney, her daughter. She's 6 or almost 6. And we were stuffing bags, getting ready for the shop pop that's coming up. And she was really excited about the fabric. And I was like, ooh, this is cute. So anyway, so I was like, oh, Addie, I think you're a fabric addict. And she's like, I don't want to be a fabric addict. I don't want to be all dusty. So she was thinking attic, like attic in your house, rather than addict, like a person has an addiction. So she doesn't know that word yet, which is good. But anyway, so whenever I say addict now, I think of Addie and her attic because she doesn't want to be all dusty like an attic. But anyway, I purchased some fabric and my haul container is just full of fabric. So yes, you'll see that I have a problem. All right, so Tula Pink. We all know that I love Tula Pink, and Tula came out with her new collection, and it is Deja Vu. It's called Tabby Road, but she did it in the a new colorway. So this is the Disco Kitty, and she came out with it in 2 sizes. And Jessica is doing a quilt with this Disco Kitty, and it's actually, she's making little kitties with this being the main, the fabrics from this collection being the main body of the cat, and then the tail is a solid. Looks really amazing. So there's these 2, big and small. I'm definitely going to be making a keeper out of them. And then I bought a yard of fabric so that because I am also a hoarder of Tula. Here's 2 more of them. Here's the little fuzzy fuzz balls, which blue and purple, gorgeous. And then, I've got them upside down. Here's the little cans of cat food that are part of it. And then here's 2 more. It's an ombre of all of the colors. It's really beautiful. And then here's some cat eyes as well. So if you like Tula and you're like me, you should go get some because it's so good. And then I bought 2 yards of this striped binding because it's so good. It's such a great binding. I love doing my bindings on the bias and having that diagonal, especially when it's a stripe. It's so good. So I bought 2 yards of it. I'm definitely going to save some of it for the binding of my butterfly Tula Pink pattern that I'm hoping to get started soon. One of the ladies came into the quilt shop and she said, oh, I want to make this. I was like, you want to start a sell? See, not just with cross stitch, not just with cross stitch. So that was one thing. Then I had to go online because my friend Nise, you know you are, girl. She missed out on a Como bag that Jess for Como Stitches made, and it was in this fabric. So I found the fabric, but then fabric can't travel alone. So I also bought some fun things that are going to coordinate it. So this is going to be the outside of the keeper that I'm making for Nise, and this is going to be the inside. Okay, maybe I'm just a weirdo, but I think this is so funny. Nise, if you hate it, let me know. But look, there are all these women at the beach, and it's like, you know, coconut bra, apple bottom, and then you start singing the apple bottom jeans song. There's a peach bottom, there's a strawberry bottom. I don't know, bananas. I just thought it was pretty funny. Anyway, Nise, you can tell me if you hate it, but I thought it was really funny. So that will be on the inside pocket. And then for the binding and the other trim, I thought that this Ruby Star speckled looks really good with it. So, and then there's another color that I'm going to be adding, but that also got 1980s. This might be where I make the keeper out of for Brenna's stitch. This came into the shop and it was like screaming 1980s to me. Very loud, bright colors. I don't know, it just reminds me of my youth. So maybe this is what I make the keeper for. Brenna's put it in. And then this is the coordinating speckled colors that I have to go with it because it looks perfect together. All right, then I have no plans for this except to make a project keeper. I don't have a farm. I don't live on a farm, but I love farm animals. And this was at the shop. It came in and I was like, yes, please. So this is what the outside cover of my keeper is going to be that I'm going to be making. Look at that pig with that little chick on his head, right? And the goat. Oh my gosh, these baby animals are the cutest thing. So this is going to be the outside. This is going to be the inside back. And then I'm going to make the pocket, these little sheep. I think they're upside down. Maybe not. I'm just going to keep them this way. Super cute little sheep. And then the binding, this red check. So if you can see it all together, let me see if I can do that because it is so good. I love it. Yep, I do. I love it. Absolutely love it. So cute. So that's another one I'm making. All right. Then at last year's quilting retreat, this lady, one of the things we had the participants of the retreat do was we gave them a pattern to make a block, and then we're putting it all in one big quilt. This lady put this, and it was only, was it a 4.5 inch square? I think it was a 4.5, maybe it was a 4. But this lady came up with this fabric, and I was like, where'd you get that? She couldn't remember. She got it at a show, but I found it. I found it on Etsy. Yes, I know I paid a lot more money for it, but I don't care because I just love this fabric. Again, not a farmer, but how cute. How cute is this? Wait, you got to see this little, told you about the bubble blowing that I have, right? Look at that sheep with the hat and the bubbles. And then the, again, pig with the chick and the little pig with the glasses, the goats. Oh my gosh. The cow with the bunny and the sunglasses. I can't even stand how cute this is. So I'm going to make a keeper out of it because, you know, I can if I have time, which I will make time. But to go with it, especially because of the bubble gum color, this is going to be the accent. All right. So cute. So cute. So that's how it's going to go together. And then, like I said, things couldn't travel along. I wasn't in love entirely with that peacock fabric that I bought for my sister's pin keep that I'm going to eventually start. I have to. I'm hoping it gets called on my Bossin board at some point. But I found this other peacock fabric. I think this is I think it's just softer the way it blends. It's not so like feather, feather, feather. It just kind of all smushes together. So I found that. I found this. I thought this might make a really cute keeper if you're an elephant person. My daughter Lily is an elephant person. And I just thought that was a really pretty fabric. And then I figured this would be super cute for a keeper with the little girls. I thought that was sweet. And then, I don't know, you know, because my friend Chris, when I see these things, I think of her. This is what I thought of. I saw it and I thought of you, Chris. Yep. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for making me think of you. Little campers, right? So cute. I just thought that was sweet. And then 2 more, guys. I'm sorry. I told you I got a lot. These I'm going to make into a keeper. I just think they're amazing. We took the girls. There's a hot air festival in Rhode Island. Hot air balloon festival, sorry, in Rhode Island that we went to back when they were little, and we took them up in a balloon. My younger one, no fear. Jules was a little afraid, but they did it. They did it. And then love of books. Here we go. Here's Here's a bunch of books that are just awesome. And then, oh my gosh, at the store, sorry, totally squirreled it. At the store, I was gone for 3 days and they got a bunch of new fabric in. One is this entire Christmas collection that's all nativity. Oh my gosh, guys, the nativity fabric. I'm going to buy it next Saturday. And then the other was the Library of Oddities fabric. So good. If you are a book lover, it's awesome. So that ends all of my fabric showing out of all of the stuff I purchased over the past 2 weeks. Yes, a lot of fabric, not too much cross stitch, but I do have plans for cross stitch. But that's my haul. Future plans. So for my future plans, I'm going to continue to work on this Hamilton Gardens quilt. I am going to work on the flannel quilts that I have over there. I'm going to continue to work on Brenna's birthday sal because that is also part of my Boss Me. And I want to work on the ornaments a little bit more. I'm still into that, but I'm starting to itch for some fall. I have a lot of great fall patterns that are kitted and not started, so that'll be on the list. But one of my starts for Boss Me is Stitch Something Winter. So I kitted this up when I went to the Crafty Grimalkin back in January when the sheet opened. It's being kept in a 4th of July bag. I think I need to make a winter bag, guys. Not gonna lie, it needs to be a big one. That way I'll be motivated to stitch it. So I got some bag making to do for me. But this is called Fallen Snow by Shannon Christine. And it is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Amazing job. It is 208 by 245. I am stitching it on this fabric right here. It is a Lugana, which Lugana is not my favorite. It's a 32 count. I'm probably going to do 1/2. I know that that's not a normal, but I think that's what I have to do. Although I have to do a test to see how the white is going to look on this. I am using B5200. But here is the fabric, and it is Atlantic by Zweigart. Like I said, it's a Lugana. But look at this modeling. Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I have to decide which way I want to have the modeling going, if I want it to be vertical or horizontal. I may end up doing it vertical because of the way the pattern is with those ornaments hanging down. I think that might make the most sense, but I just think it's just absolutely beautiful, beautiful fabric. And then the colors are the called for floss. They are DMC. There's a lot of white. I think I have 10 skeins of white, but it's dark turquoise and petrol blue. Sorry, not 10 skeins, 12 skeins of the B5200. And then I also got the seed bead, Mill Hill seed beads that are required for it. But these are the colors. Right here. So super pretty, love it. That is going to be my start and my winter stitch for my Boss Me. That's one of my plans. So just gonna keep on chalking up those starts, guys. Last week I had, 2 weeks ago, I had a giveaway that the Blackstone Quilting Company gifted me to give to you. It was the Skinny Halloween pattern by Farmer's Daughters, and it goes to Stephanie Campbell Weitzman, 3591. I will put what she wrote in her comment up at top. And congratulations, Stephanie. Please email me at the link below. It's the newenglandstitcher@gmail.com, but it's also in the description box, and I will get that right out to you. So folks, that's all I have for these past 2 weeks. I just want to say thank you so much for watching my channel, for subscribing to my channel. We have made some huge gains this summer. I start back on, I don't see my students until Wednesday. I see the 6th graders on Wednesday. And then on Thursday, I see the 7th and 8th graders as well. The 6th graders get a day by themselves to kind of acclimate and learn how to open their lockers and all those things. But I just want to say thank you so much, because I didn't reach the 5,000. I'm still hoping to get there. Hopefully some point we will, and I will do a giveaway for that. For the giveaway, if you did not know, I plan on giving away a small Whipper Keeper and a large Whipper Keeper, as well as a pattern from my friend Erin Elizabeth, also from my friend Chris the Camping Stitcher, and Annie the Proper Stitcher. I will purchase those and get those to you. So that being said, if you are not a subscriber and you would like to help me get to my goal of 5,000 subscribers, the goal was set by my student, Nathan, who's now going to be a 7th grader. But if you feel like subscribing, that would be super helpful to helping me reach that goal for him. Yeah, anyway, and thank you so much. I want to tell you that this summer, so many of you have been so incredibly generous. I got a few more packages for my cross stitch club this over the past 2 weeks. And they're all packed in my car, waiting to go back to school. So I don't have them with me. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget anything. But there were some bookmarks, there were some diamond paintings, there were some bags, there was some floss containers. Those are all amazing, amazing things. And thank you so much for your generosity, because it goes so far, and it's all for my students that will be doing it. So if I haven't properly thanked you, I will when I get back to school. I will make sure, I like to make the kids aware of who's given them what, and they will be writing thank you notes, and I will get those in a little gift out to you. I know you're not expecting anything, but I just wanted to let you know I haven't been that person who doesn't say thank you. I really do mean and truly mean you all mean the world to me, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate, again, your generosity. So thank you so much. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks, hopefully with some good stuff. Some market haul, right? Until then, happy stitching, and I can't wait to see you again. Bye, guys.